everyone, Letty here. Today I'm going to share with you a hashtag Crafty Goals 2023 video. This is a 6x6 paper pad smash. I'm smashing Coastal Village by Recollections. It's an old paper pad from Michaels. We're making mini brag books using single-sided paper. So welcome back, everyone. I'm participating in hashtag Crafty Goals 2023. One of my goals for this year is to smash up 6x6 paper pads or small pads. I've got Coastal Village. It's a pad from 2017 by Recollections. I picked it up at Michael's on clearance many years ago. It's got 24 sheets, 12 of which have special treatments, which are the gold foiling. They are single-sided. And so you only have pattern on one side. You get 12 designs, 2 of each design. And this is a paper pad where it actually puts them right up against each other. So you got 2 back to back of every design, 12 different ones. Again, 12 of them have foiling on them. You can see them there. So 6x6 paper pad. We're going to smash this today. I have one project in mind. So stick around and we'll dive in. Okay, so I have prepped my paper pad. I've taken all the sheets out. I've already cut up all of the branding strips off of the sheets, which are these. These will go into the recycle. I won't be trying to use or save those. For today's project, we are going to be making some mini brag books using single-sided 6x6 paper. This is what it's going to look like. I've already glued these together. I have not decorated them. This is a great project for project life cards. I've taken some of these out from my stash. I've added them into the pockets. I also have these little cut-aparts I'm going to use to decorate. I have not used them yet, but we will. So I have my sheets of paper ready to go. I'm going to use 5 sheets of 6x6 single-sided paper. So because there were 24 total sheets, I'm able to make 4 brag books plus my cut-aparts plus a couple extra pieces. I'm using an extra sheet of 3x6, so half of a 6x6 sheet for my back cover. I'll show you that in a bit. I have Smash Our Stash next month, and the idea is it's a free choice, and so I'm using Project Life and stickers, and so that's what I've brought in to try to use in this project to work towards my Smash Our Stash. So these are just some new sticker sheets that I have. And this one's an old one. This one I think I got at Big Lots back when they had paper crafting items. And this was 2007. Super old. Super old stickers there. So I've taken out a bunch of stickers. This one was a partial, so I've already used most of them, but I think I can finish off this little page of flamingos. And then a brand new sticker sheet from Recollections, from Michaels. So I've got some sticker sheets. I've got Project Life cards for this project, separate from my paper pad. I've got my items ready to go on the side. I have 2 designs that I used with these little brag books. I'm going to show you both of them. I did insert the 3x4 like Project Life cards. You could also do 3x4 cut-aparts. So I've added them inside of the pockets that we make with this. This is inspired by the MayMay Made It brag book. It's from several years ago. If I can find her original tutorial, I'll link it down below. I've done this before on my channel. I'll link that down below as well. I've made 3 already. You see here, these are the 2 variations. I have one where the first page is sort of completely blank, and then one where I'm really utilizing that pattern paper. And I'm going to show you how to do this in today's project, where we will just cut one of our pages instead of just gluing it back to back the way that MayMay has in her tutorial. We're going to cut it and showcase a little bit more of that pretty pattern paper. So since this is single-sided, so we're going to make a brag book. I've got a back cover. I've got my 5 sheets of 6x6, and then I have my Project Life cards and some additional decorations I'll do to finish it off. So today I'm going to show you, you don't actually have to cut the paper at all. This is 6x6 paper. I've already trimmed off the branding strip. So this is true 6x6. What you're going to do is choose your cover. I like this really colorful one as my cover. So you're going to want to fold it vertically, meaning it's going to be like up and down. So this will be a vertical brag book. Your cover or your pattern paper will be on the outside. It'll be white on the inside if you folded it correctly. All of the remaining sheets of paper, you're going to fold it the same way vertically, but with your pattern paper on the inside, just like this. And you can use a bone folder to sort of enforce that fold. So you see that's the difference, because when you glue it together, you're going to have the blank white sides form the pocket and your pattern paper will be showing. So again, the cover has the white piece on the inside. All of the rest of the papers are going to have the white piece on the outside. So this is what it'll look like. And again, we're going to glue the 2 sides together, the 2 white sides, to make pockets, just like this. You can see here, and then we'll have a pocket right there in the middle. So we have 2 options for that first inside page. You could just glue that just like this, cover up that pretty pattern, and have an entire white side on the inside, first panel. What I'm doing is option 2, which is where I'm going to cut down my second sheet, and I'm going to cut it down to 2.5 upright again. So you have about a 1/2 inch outside of that little fold line, just like this. And so what we're going to do is we're going to take the cover and we're going to glue that second piece right on the inside. Okay, so this is optional. I'm going to use my We Are Memory Keepers envelope punch board to make some notches. You know me, I love my notches using this envelope punch board. So this is the regular size one. I'm basically going to glue those two panels together, make a pocket. That was the piece I cut off, but I'm going to make sure that they align perfectly, I'm going to notch it at the 3-inch mark, but I'm going to put them right on top of each other before I notch them. This will ensure that when I do glue it down, that little notch mark is perfect because the two papers that are going to glue together to make a pocket have been notched at the same time. Does that make sense? So I'm going to just put them together, basically the back with the front of the next page, and then I'm just going to notch it again at the 3-inch mark on my We Are Memory Keepers envelope punch board. The pattern paper will be on the outside, the white on the inside, just like this, and I'm going to just keep repeating the pattern. So I'm going to take the back to the front, notch it just like this. So again, this will enable my pockets to be fully aligned once I glue them together. You could glue it and then notch it, but I just find it so much easier to notch it while these are just papers. Now on the back cover, I'm not going to notch the back sheet. I'm going to notch just the last little flap by itself. Why? Because that back one's going to be a cover. I don't want a notch on the back or on the very front. So again, this was the envelope punch board by We Are Memory Keepers. This is the regular size. I do have an Amazon affiliate link, which I'll link down below for you. So the next step is also optional. I'm going to use the corner chomper. I'm using the 1/2-inch side. This is the We Are Memory Keepers corner chomper. And I'm going to round all of my corners that are open. So not where they have the fold, but just where everything is open. So I'll have my spine on the left-hand side, and then all of my corners on the right-hand side will be corner rounded. And this, you could do this in any way, shape, or form. I just like to group a few pieces of paper together and then notch them at the same time because the We Are Memory Keepers corner chomper can handle it, but also because that way I know everything's really, really aligned. So again, I'm using the 1/2-inch on my corner chomper. Next, we just glue all the sheets together. It's so super easy. This is one of those projects you can smash pads very quickly with. Once you take it out, you cut down the binding strips and then glue them together, notch them. Okay, so I'm going to glue that second sheet to the front, to the back of that first cover sheet. So I'm going to add glue to my little flap, just like this. And again, this was option 2 where I'm going to showcase more of that cover paper you see here. So I'm going to glue it down just like this, and that will basically form my second page. You see here, I've already added my glue, and I'm basically going to glue it to the back of that first cover page that had the pattern paper on the outside. And so then what I'll do is I'm going to take that little piece that I cut off, the 2.5-inch strip from that second sheet, and I'm going to glue it down just like an extra little pocket to the front page. So I'm going to just add glue to 3 sides. You can use your notch as a guide of where to put your thumb so you know not to glue on that side. And then I'm just going to align it and glue it right down, right on that inside page. And so again, you could technically just glue them together and not have to worry about cutting your paper, but I like to show more of that pattern paper. So I'm going to cut a piece of that second page off and glue it to the front to make an additional pocket. So then you just go in and you finish gluing all of the rest of your pockets just the same exact way, where you glue the 2 white sides together, the back of the first page to the front of the next page. And then what's neat is that because you already did your notches, you can easily align where each of those papers needs to really fall. So once you put it down, you can kind of jiggle it, move it a little bit if you need to, just get it right in line, and that notch should be perfect every single time. If you notch it separately, sometimes that doesn't happen. That's why I like to notch them together. I do like to use wet glue for this for a couple reasons. One, because with sticky, like double-sided tape, that doesn't actually dry and your cards could get stuck once you put them in the pocket. The second thing is the wet glue gives you a little bit of wiggle time to kind of move if something doesn't get fully aligned correctly the first time. So then I'm going to just glue the back pocket just like I was gluing all the rest of the pieces. Again, this is a 3x6 piece of scrap. So with this pad, I was able to get 20 sheets of regular paper that I use for my brag books. There were 2 sheets of cut aparts, that makes 22. And then I took the final 2 sheets to cut down into 4 backs to make my 4 brag book back covers. And so here I was just showing you, if there's a little bit of extra white, you could just cut it off just to even it out if for whatever reason your papers don't fully align. And then you see there, these make little pockets, and you can stick in the either 3x4 cut aparts or your Project Life cards, whichever you have in your stash. I'll be adding those into my brag book. I'm going to decorate with those cut aparts, and I'm going to finish decorating all of the remaining 3 brag books off camera with those stickers. We'll see how many stickers I can smash to finish these brag books. Okay, so let's recap. For the hashtag Crafty Goals 2023 collab, I'm smashing small paper pads. I took Coastal Village by Recollections from Michaels. It's a 6x6 paper pad, 24 sheets from 2017. It has 12 designs, 2 of each design, originally about $6. I definitely paid probably $1 something for that. It was on clearance many years ago. I took off those branding strips. I'm throwing those in the recycle. I used 1, 2 sheets, 3 sheets, 4 sheets, 5 sheets, 6 sheets of stickers I used for these. Now, I didn't mention this, but the audience for these are going to be my nieces and nephew. I also used 50 of those Project Life cards. I have 1 sheet of stickers remaining. Of course, it's my oldest one from 2007. I really didn't use it because some of those stickers were kind of large and wouldn't have fit great, and so I saved those, but I did use 6 sheets, which I'm ecstatic about. So again, I made 4 mini brag books using single-sided 6x6 paper. Again, these are for my nieces and nephews. They age range from 4 to 7, and so I thought even though these look really kitty, I think these are going to be perfect for them. This was, you know, one of those where we target the project to my audience. And so these are the Project Life cards. You can insert them into the pockets. They work perfectly. You could also put cut aparts if you have those. I left little places to journal. I put or doodle or draw. I did add in some white paper on the little sheets just to kind of break up the pattern and to give them some clean area to draw or write or, you know, do whatever they want to do in these little bitty brag books, sort of like little journal things. I'm going to probably include a pen, and then I will add some stickers for them. So you see here, I even used the little negatives of the little like donut hole and floaty stickers that were on these sheets because I figured who cares, they're gonna like all the little color. I've got one here that's more geared for like a little boy. I will have a project coming up soon where I do a larger version of this with double-sided paper, so stay tuned for that. I should have that coming out any day now. So again, these are just my 4 little mini brag books that I made for my nieces and my nephew. I think they're gonna love them. It'll entertain them, I'm sure, for all of 15 minutes, and then, you know, we'll see. But so 4 mini brag books using single-sided 6x6 paper. We smashed the Coastal Village by Recollections paper pad for my hashtag Crafty Goals 2023. And I'm also working towards next month's Smash Our Stash collab video as well. So thanks for visiting, everyone. I hope you subscribe, like this video, follow me on Instagram. Here are a couple of videos I think you might enjoy. And as always, happy crafting.